Hi there, thanks for tuning in. This practice is really dedicated to anybody that might be sitting or have sat for a long period of time. I know a few people are writing their dissertations right now or are in heavy revision periods. So if you are one of those people, if you're stuck at home at the desk working, this is dedicated to you. Doesn't take up too much of your time, maybe 10 or 15 minutes or so. And it's great to do halfway through the day, perhaps when you have your lunch break or you take that break, you could layer that in just to get moving before you get sitting again or becoming sedentary again. So all you need is a bit of space. You haven't even got to have a mat, you could just do this on your carpet or on some comfortable kind of flooring at home. But have maybe a cushion, or if you've got any blocks or a rolled up mat handy, I've got both here, we'll be using those. So let's start. We'll start by coming down to lying on the back of the body. Arrange the body on the floor in a way that feels most comfortable. Hug the knees into the belly and use the arms just to help pull the knees in first. As you pull the knees in, bring the chin a little bit in towards the chest for the back of the neck, just slightly stretch, and just holding that there for a moment. And whilst we're holding the knees in, we'll just start to move the ankles a little bit, just getting things a little bit moving that might have been still for periods of time. Go both directions, and take a breath. And then lay the soles of the feet back down. Arms can spread wide onto the floor out beside you. Let the knees sway a little bit from side to side. You're never going to push the knees down to the floor. You want to try to get anything anywhere. All we're doing is letting the knees, the hips, the low back, the front of the hips move a little bit. So things might feel a little bit sticky, a little bit stuck is the better word, a little bit stuck at first. So you're just taking your time to move, easing from side to side. Take another breath in, move one way. Breath out, move the other way. Okay. And then drawing the legs back in towards you, holding a knee in each hand. Starting to draw some circles with the hips, circling the knees. In any direction, it doesn't really matter, just taking your time to move. So if you have been busy all day you've been at the desk or writing or reading on the laptop, whatever it may be, you've now stepped away from that, you've put it down, you've chosen to turn the lid or flip the device down, whatever it may be, and this is all you need to focus on for the next few minutes. Change the direction if you haven't already, go the other direction, and feel the body. Feel any tension in the hips, any tension in the back. Just enjoying for the moment here, just some slow hip movement. Okay, lovely, and then we'll draw the knees back in. Take the hands to the back of the thighs or the back of the knees. Slowly starting to press the feet up into the ceiling. Then we're going to become dead straight, at least not straight away. So listening to where you may need to stop. Then rebending the knees, use the arms a little bit as leverage to pull the front of the thighs down and take a breath. So we're just going to alternate a few of these, taking a breath to drive the heels up, slowly straightening up the back of the legs, maybe a little bit more than before, and then rebending the knees, using the arms to help pull the thighs down. And again, as we take that breath, starting to straighten the legs, or maybe we'll keep that little bend, but almost driving through the heels, a little bit of energy there towards the ceiling. And then use the arms, put the front of the thighs down, and rebending the knees. Lovely. Let's lower the feet back onto the mat, take the arms wide, come back into the same little sway we did from side to side. One way, breathing, the other way, breathing. And we'll just continue a little bit more into the side body now. And we'll start by sliding the legs down fully. We'll then take the feet over towards the bottom right corner. They're going to the right corner of your mat. We'll then hook the left ankle over the right ankle. And we're keeping that left hip, so instead of rolling a little bit onto the right side, we're keeping the left hip, the left glute hanging down heavy. So nothing's rocking, we're not coming to lie on the side body, we're still relatively flat on the floor, but we have taken the legs to the right, which means a little bit of side stretch happening to the left side. Now if we add to this, we'll raise the arms above the head. Take a hold of the left wrist or the left hand or fingers, whatever you can reach for with ease. Take another inhale to draw the left side up, a little hug of the ribs up, and then we're folding a little bit with a little bit of moulding and assistance, the upper body over to the right. So as you come into this banana-esque shape, take a breath. Try to not hold anything too rigid. Let things ease, let the shoulders ease, let the chest ease. If you need to separate the arms out wider, of course you can do that. Listen to the body. And as you take the breaths in and out slowly, just enjoying for a moment, doing a lot less, and the body just having that chance to open, and the left side that chance to open and breathe. Let's take another inhale here. Slow exhale. Slowly release the hands, wiggle the arms over the shoulders, wiggle the upper back and the ribs back to centre. And then releasing the left ankle as we take both legs towards the centre. Well done. Rearrange yourself. If you want to bend the knees and hug the knees in between, go for it. Why not? Maybe a little roll across the lower back might feel nice for you. And then we'll slide the feet back down. Arms can spread for the moment as we take one leg down, the other leg down. The feet are then walking to the left corner of your mat. Again, if you go too far, you might find yourself kind of hovering. So just go far enough that when you put the right ankle over the left, the right hip can drop a little bit down and heavy. And already I can feel that right hip a little bit into the lower back and the waist without adding on the upper body. So do listen to the body, listen to things it's telling you as you move through the sections. Okay, arms above the head gradually, holding on to the right wrist. A breath in to make some space to start to move a little bit through the right side. Perhaps a little bit of adjusting as you come into side bend, the side opening position. Take another inhale and exhale. Give yourself a little bit of permission here to let things ease. So we're not holding anything kind of stuck. We're not holding anything pushing or pressing. Let the arms ease, let the back of the shoulders ease, the chest can ease, the ribs can ease, and then allow the right side to breathe. Let's stay here, take another breath in, slow breath out, take a breath, slowly release your grip, release the arms, wiggle everything back to centre, release the ankle, bring the legs back gradually. And then when you get there, you might need to kind of pick up, reset yourself, and then you can hug the knees back in. Okay guys, this time we'll lift the head a little bit. We'll lift the chin towards the chest. You might even want to hover the shoulder blades, make yourself really compact. Wherever you've got to, take a breath. And then slowly lowering everything down to the floor. Amazing, well done. Roll on to any side that you can get to, doesn't really matter. Pressing up to all fours when you're ready. When you get to an all fours position, we're going to make our way back to child's pose first. So for this, you might want to inspect a little bit how things are feeling. You might normally go wider for this, or narrow with the knees and the hips, somewhere that feels interesting and useful, somewhere you feel a little bit of something, but maybe not too much too quickly. As you start to wiggle a little bit the hips back, let's extend the arms. Then coming up onto your 10 fingertips, the 10 finger pads, and hands are really awake here, or we are awakening the hands, the forearms and the wrists, by actively pressing the pads of the fingers into the mat, lifting the forearms, lifting the elbows, and hugging the arms up towards the ceiling. Feel free to let the head ease all the way down, or it might just comfortably hover a little bit, or you might want to grab something for the head, a cushion, to rest the head on if that's needed. Okay, and then just for a moment, let's linger here. Take a breath in. Take a steady breath out. Notice shoulders, notice any sensation in the upper back, maybe into the sides, around the upper back. One more breath in. Lovely. Slow breath out. Then release the palms down. Let that have a moment to breathe. Then let's take the arms behind us, one and then the other. Starting to interlace the fingers. Slowly starting to drive the knuckles, the shoulders up and to somewhere again where shoulders remain happy but are feeling enough of a stretch. The head can stay down, or again you might be on your block or on your support for the head. And we're just taking a moment there for front of the shoulders, round the chest, to breathe. Well done guys, take another inhale. Slow exhale. Lower the arms slowly. Release the hands. Take the arms back around in front of you. Spread the fingers wide. Root the palms into the mat. Take a breath in. Press into the floor. Press into your mat. And make your way back to all fours. You might just want to bring the knees a little bit closer. Just reset yourself. Okay, from here, moving through some spinal movements, so some extension and flexion, or your cat-cow. Let's root the palms into the floor as you bring the chin to the chest, let the shoulders spread, the shoulder blades spread, the ribs fan a little bit open, tailbone can tuck a little bit down. You might even use the top of the feet for this to root a little bit into the floor. And on the inhale, as we look forwards, rolling the shoulders back, drawing the heart forwards, feel every little rib, every part of the spine move, and the lower back, and eventually the pelvis. And for this one, you might want to curl the toes and just change the energy, the energetic qualities there of the feet slightly. Take another inhale. Exhale, let's release the toes, chin to chest, coming back into your flexion, into your cat pose, let the back body open. And then one more time, inhale, draw forwards, roll the shoulders, move through all of the spine, curl the toes, and breathe. Nice, well done. Make your way back to neutral. Big reach of left arm, big reach of right arm forwards, coming into poppy. Toes flat or curled, whichever is preferable for you. Option to add on here, coming on to finger pads. If we think shoulders are going to benefit, if that's useful for kind of lightening that little bit of intensity there in the upper arms, why not? Lowering the head down to the floor, to your prop, anything you've got handy. And ride on the finger pads, or the palms are flat. We're pressing a little bit feet, top or toes into the floor. We're pressing a little bit the finger pads or palms into the floor. So we're trying to kind of not collapse kind of down here. There's a little bit of hugging away from the floor. A little bit of vibrancy to it. Take another breath in. Exhale slowly. Release the palms if you were on the finger pads. Pad the hands in a little bit at a time. Lift the chest, make your way back. Remove your prop. Then taking left leg out to the left. One of my favourite things to do. The next thing coming up. Left leg out to the left. Really press that foot into the floor so the leg is straight. Almost like you're trying to slice the outer edge of the foot, or the pinky edge of the foot, a little bit into your mat on your floor. And then again, as you did before, reaching arms forwards, palms flat, or if you like finger pads, why not, explore it. Sink a little bit back, the back of the thighs, mostly the left thigh is what you're going to probably feel here, the back of that left groin. Sinking a little bit back, but at the same time reaching a little bit forwards through the arms, through the chest. Think a little bit like downward facing dog. If you're familiar with that, think a little bit like down dog, driving forwards and also driving back energetically through the limbs, the arms, and through the legs. Okay, let's stay there. Take another breath in. Belly a little bit active here. Inhale and exhale. exhale. And then take a breath as we pad the hands back in, bit by bit, lift the chest, bending the left knee, and we'll hook the left leg back in. Lovely. You might want to give yourself a little shake out there, a little side to side. Something I like to do is bring legs together and then let the hips kind of drop a little bit heavy, side to side, so really feeling the outer hip there. And you can even add on looking opposite, around the opposite shoulder to the way the hips are going. So the hips swing to the right, you might take a little glance over the left shoulder and then swapping over. Okay, good work. Let's make our way to centre and let's swap sides. I'm just going to spin myself around for this. This time we're taking right leg out, right foot pressing into the floor, pinky edge nice and active, foot, leg straight. Reaching forwards enough until you can start to lower the chest, whether the arms and the shoulders comfortably take you. Remember to prop anything you need. Sinking a little bit back so that what you're feeling is enough, just enough sensation in the back, something tolerable. Reaching forward through the arms, through the chest, through the shoulders, and trying to sort of collapse in this, trying to keep it a little bit active. A little bit of feeling of front ribs moving into the back of the body. Take another inhale there. Slow exhale. Pad the hands in bit by bit, lift the chest, bring everything back to centre. Bend the right knee, hook that back in. And again, if you like to do what you did before, with knees together or knees wide if you can, so that little light sway. Or slightly bigger dip as you sway. And then make your way back to centre, and we'll take just one downward facing dog, just the one down dog for this session. So as you start to press the chest up and the knees and the hips up, feel the fingers, spread them, awakening through the palms, forearms. Use the arms to help drive the mat away. As you do that and start to feel the sides of the waist lengthen, maybe a little bit of wiggling the hips up. So you can always create this little laddering effect. And you might just need to have a little bend in the knees today if legs are feeling quite tight back there, especially if you've been sitting for a while. Be kind to that, guys. Listen to the body. But you could have a little bit of movement here, just continuing to ease into any tension spots, any areas that feel tight still. Take another breath in as you move. Breathe in one way, breathe out the other way. Lovely, and then make your way all the way to centre, roll slowly forward so you can lower the knees back down, and we'll just swing the legs around in front of us when we're ready. Before you come to lie back down, grab either a cushion, you might just have a rolled up blanket, or I'm going to use a rolled up mat for this example, anything really that's perhaps not too thick or too hard, that you could put underneath the middle of the back. Just get your right positioning. Then spreading the arms out wider. Either sliding the legs down fully, or you could keep the knees bent, or we could even bring the soles together. There's quite a few options really, or anything else that feels good for you. If you're not quite in that right spot, you're probably going to be a little bit distracted by that. So if you're too low or too high, if something's digging in, you might want to move or adjust what you've got underneath you. But something comfortable with support. And then we feel ready for the legs and the arms and the chest. I'm going to go with my feet together for this one, I think, today. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Exhale fully through nose or mouth. Let it just happen. Don't overthink it. You may want to take another breath. If you enjoyed that, if that didn't quite hit the spot the first time, but you want to go again, why not? Take another deep inhale and exhale. And then just giving yourself a moment to ease over the prop, ease open the body, ease the weight of the body down, your perhaps effort down, energy down for a moment. Just taking a few seconds to linger in a little supported back bend, a little opening of the front body, a little opening of the middle of the back or the lower back, as you a couple of moments here. You might feel like there's plenty of time, or you could do it with a little bit longer here, or you want to even press pause, go back to something that we did. For now, I'm going to say we'll bring the legs together. If you went there. We'll roll onto any side slowly, so you can pretty much just remove what you've got beneath you, pop it out of the way. Lower yourself back down, draw the knees back in, and right back to where we started. Give yourself a little roll, little circle of the knees. Maybe really straighten this time, and then rebending them. Coming into happy baby, holding anything that's accessible, anything the shoulders remain happy to reach to. And a little roll from side to side. Take a breath in, slow breath out. And then let's draw the legs back together and take your pause. So I'm just going to come up for a moment. So really brief, hopefully not too long a session, and really useful if you are finding you've been sitting for too long and you just need to buff the cobwebs, but time is precious. You know you can't get to a class or even dedicate half an hour or an hour. Just some useful stuff. I hope it serves you well. Again, I'm dedicating a little bit to many of the people I know at unis, in schools, teachers, people working from home, solid for 9, 10, 12 hours of the day. This is a little bit for you guys and anybody else that may benefit. Hope that serves you well. Take care. Hope to see you soon. Many thanks.